Ahead this time, let's give her a hand. And Representative Patrick Williams. Our questions today were derived from the request of the Business Association and its constituency, and questions were offered, and 10 were chosen for today. Each one of the candidates had the questions prior to today's forum. And what we'll do is we'll read the questions, and because we are great Southerners of great heritage, and because chivalry is not dead, we will start with ladies first today, and start with Ms. Tyler. And the rules of the engagement today will be that the first question will be asked, Ms. Tyler. You'll have 2 minutes to respond to that question, and someone will show you a sign when you have 30 seconds left to let you know your time is running out. And then when she concludes, Ms. Williams, you'll have the opportunity for a 2-minute rebuttal. We will alternate, beginning with Ms. Tyler, and then secondly with Ms. Williams, and we will follow accordingly through our 10 questions. When all the questions are answered, each candidate will be given an additional 2 minutes to comment on any of the previous questions and make closing remarks. And that does not intimidate me that the lights have gone out, because we are still ready to go. Our smiling personalities will shine forth. We have some overheads to have some questions there. Ms. Tyler, we will begin with you. How a community physically represents itself or presents itself is important when a company considers Shreveport or any community for a new facility. How would you fund and enforce property standards in Shreveport?
Thank you so much. I first would like to say thank you to the North Shreveport Business Association for giving us this opportunity. To get right to the question, I will streamline it, and that is my plan. I will streamline the process that's already in place with the reporting of complaints with enforcement of the property standards. And I will actually fund this particular project and initiative with the funds acquired from the property standards enforcement. Now, if the property standards enforcement and the complaints are not in sync with one another, if there is not a process in place that permits the employees to be able to actually look in a timely fashion at responding to the complaints, and when enforcement takes place, we'll streamline that and put in place something to ensure that accountability does take place.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler. My response to that is simple. We will enforce the rules. The way that property standards is set up now, some people get preferential treatment. If you're violating what the rules are, you're going to be held accountable. And what I'm going to do is give those employees the ability to enforce those rules to the full extent. Right now, they actually have what we call their self-generating funds. Those funds are plenty. All we have to do is enforce the rule to everyone. We have to make this city a cleaner place. And that's by cleaning up the city of Shreveport and enforcing the rules.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Williams, will begin question 2 with you. Many cities are implementing new programs to become more customer service friendly and attract new industry. Name something specific that you would change to make doing business in Shreveport more appealing to its customers.
Let me stand up on this one, because this is something that I really like. You see these cities? When I go to City Hall, I'm cutting the red tape. There's too much red tape that's involved in a city, in a company coming here to do business. They're coming here. We need to welcome them. We need to do whatever we can to make sure that they get the help that they need. A 311 system, I've been talking about that since I've announced. We're going to have individuals that assign to those companies that want to come here. A liaison that's going to walk them through the process. We shouldn't put up these obstacles from them doing business. That's what business is all about, and that's our tax base. What we're facing here is a tax problem. We're one of the highest tax cities in this state. We need to see how we're going to cut those taxes to bring these businesses to this area, to grow. Taxing is not an option. We have to grow our way out, and it's about expanding businesses. And it's not with service-oriented businesses. They're great, but we need to get some industrialized jobs here where we can increase our tax base to grow our way out of this. And the way that we do that is through businesses. And I guess, we've been stagnant for so long, and if you're stagnant, you die. And that's what's been happening. And so what we need to do, and it's a shame that we're doing that when we have all these natural resources here. I mean, we have the railway, we have the I-49, we have the highway, we have the port. People want to come and do business with Shreveport. What I'm going to do is open the doors of City Hall again for people to come and do business. That's what it's all about. We need to grow our business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I can sit and still give you my dialogue. What I'm going to do specifically is to work with the City Council and work with MPC to do something that's already being done, and that is to unify and put in place a uniform development code so that we can be more business friendly. Once that code has been put in place, and I believe that it's going to happen, because we do recognize, and we've already started the steps toward cleaning that up, we will have a more business-friendly environment, and then businesses would love to come here to Shreveport and do business with our citizens. Therefore, our tax base will increase, job creation will occur, and we will have a better quality of life. So we already have something in place. I'm going to lead the effort to ensure that it does get implemented. Thank you.
Question number 3 is, over the past 8 years, there's been a great deal of focus on other parts of Shreveport. And with the advent of I-49 and the expected new growth in North Shreveport, what will you do to improve the North Shreveport Business Corridor? Ms. Tyler, we'll start with you.
Thank you so much. My plans really involve expanding and giving incentives to businesses, new businesses, businesses that currently exist, incentives that are not already being given. We'll work with the Business Association here in North Shreveport, and we'll be sure that we have you at the table. We believe in civic engagement. We'll hear from the businesses. How can we best grow the businesses along I-49 corridor? And I think we can do it together, and we will be able to bring in businesses that are already currently here. We'll attract other businesses because I-49 extension is going to be a very viable transportation mode for people going to Arkansas and back down towards south, and it's going to really give us an advantage that we need. And I think you will see the growth occurring. But we're going to come to you and ask the Business Association here in the north to work with us. We'll work with other local entities and our city council to ensure that the businesses grow and that we offer the type incentives that will lure businesses. And that's what my plan is when I become mayor of this city.
I'm going to stand up because I feel more close at home when I'm standing up, and I am home. This is where I'm from. I-49 is too important to the city. With the advent of the announcement of Walmart, it has already started. It's going to grow. And, as the saying that said, it's a sad dog that don't wag his own tail. This is home for me. You're going to see a big difference in this area. I-49 will attract so many businesses, but the city has to implement the infrastructure, provide the infrastructure for that. They can't grow if we don't have the infrastructure. And so we have to put the tax dollars in place to make sure that the infrastructure is in place. We can go threefold once we do that. And so that's my plan, to make sure that the dollars are in place to put the infrastructure for the growth of these businesses.
Question number 4, Ms. Williams, will begin with you. What specific plans do you have for increasing business and residential opportunities in downtown Shreveport?
My plans are already in place. It's to work with industry. I've already started this. And I have a great insight on this because I was one of the first to actually live downtown and put a business downtown. So I understand this. It's utterly inevitable. I'm going to work with the Commons Industry Initiative because they're doing some great things with the arts. That's how we grow the business down there. With walking around, mingling, that's what creates a downtown environment. And with that happening, it looks like we're doing something. And that's when businesses would be interested in investing. There are too many boarded up buildings down there. I passed a bill to actually get these adjudicated properties back on the road. We have to enforce those things. Work with our businesses that are interested in coming down. Again, this is something that I'm not going to say that I'm going to try and do. I'm already doing it. Working with the parish commission that have already started these initiatives. It's about working together, working with DDA, working with Shreveport. They understand what needs to be done, but all they need is support. And as the next mayor of Shreveport, I'm going to support them with all those initiatives because it's about working together. It's not about me just putting my vision in place, but it's about what the vision out there of everyone is, because we're all in this thing together. It's not about me, but it's about us and the businesses that are in the city. So that's what I'm going to do.
Ms. Tyler.
Thank you so much. I think that downtown is the hub for our region. And to that end, I'm going to actually create an advisory council consisting of all of the business associations throughout the city. We'll work with the Chamber of Commerce. We'll work with downtown development. We'll work with all of the other entities that have a vested interest in making sure that our downtown is vibrant and that businesses can locate there. We'll put in opportunities for mixed-use property so that people can feel comfortable and have good quality of life when they live down there. We have a lot of natural resources. Our cultural opportunities are fantastic there. But I believe that once we pull together advisory groups from all of the businesses, all of the business associations, all of the stakeholders, they can best make recommendations to us about what's needed to help us prosper and grow downtown Shreveport. Thank you.
Thank you. Question number 5, Ms. Tyler, we'll begin with you. Given the current poor financial condition of the city of Shreveport, you as mayor may have to implement several unpopular programs in order to place the city back on a financial stable ground. This could result in you being a one-term mayor. Tell us what sacrifices you're willing to make for the citizens of Shreveport.
Okay, thank you so much. And that question, am I willing to make the sacrifice for the citizens of Shreveport, even if it means being a one-term mayor? Yes, the answer is definitely yes. And of course, I'm accustomed to making those tough decisions and putting in programs that I know are effective and efficient. I've done that before as a CEO and in a public capacity, and I'm willing to do that again. It's not about being a politician. I don't plan to ever do the political thing again, but my desire, my passion is to ensure that the city of Shreveport continue to grow, prosper, and move to the next level. And with the experiences that I bring to the table, we can make that happen together. So yes, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I'm not looking for a career in politics. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tyler. Ms. Williams.
It didn't take 200 conversations before I decided to make this position. It's too serious. We have to realize where we are, the condition of the city. I've already stated, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to make the hard decision. That's what leaders do. They don't pander. They make the hard decisions. And I've stated those things. And when I get into office, that's what I'm going to do. Because we have to. We have no choice. We're in a critical state in the city of Shreveport. And we have to make those hard decisions. There's a statement said, the best thing to do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing. The worst thing that you can do is to do nothing. That's what has been happening. I'm going to change that. Thank you so much.
Ms. Williams, we'll begin with you on question number 6. Quantitative data demonstrates that Shreveport is part of a larger regional economy. What would you do to enhance working with Bossier City and Bossier Parish on economic development efforts?
Okay, it's not about what I will do, it's about what I'm already doing. I've worked with these individuals. I know them. I've served with them. And it's about relationships. And I have a great relationship with it. And like you said, it's not just a regional issue with just Bossier and Shreveport, but it's about bringing in Grambling, Minden, Monroe. Those are initiatives that I'm currently working on. Actually met with the mayor of Monroe this weekend. It's an initiative that I'm bringing in from China, who I brought in actually just last week. It's about a regional goal. It's about building up this area. You know, we're south of I-10, and so we already have this ability to work together, this communication. I don't have to go and build those relationships. I have those, and that's what it is when we build a city. We work together. I mean, that's how we do things. That's what we do here in North Louisiana. That's what we're about, working together. And it's going to take a leader that doesn't care about if it's over here or if it's over there, but it's about getting it in this particular region. That's what's important. And I don't have to go out and build those relationships because I have established it. And so it will be very easy for me to work with Bossier City, Minden, wherever, because I've experienced doing that. I have a proven record. It's about the records, not the rhetoric. Thank you.
Ms. Tyler.
Thank you so much. I can't agree with Mr. Williams that it is about the record. And when you look at my record, I have worked with all of the entities as a CEO. And I'm not talking about what I will do, I'm talking about what I've done. As CEO of the school system here, we worked with all the legislators. We worked with people across the river around this community. And as CEO at the state level, I work with legislators, I work with Bossier Parish, I work with all of the various parishes. And we were able to pull together people, unite people from across all lines of division, and we were able to make significant gains. And I can tell you that through the North Louisiana Economic Partnership, we've already gone to a presentation on that from that particular organization. They're going to be doing some phenomenal things, not only in Shreveport Bossier, but also across North Louisiana. The Shreveport Bossier Business Alliance works with higher education, and they're working in tandem with Shreveport and Bossier to help develop relationships with higher ed so that we can put in training for our young people and old people alike so that we can access those jobs that are readily available to our region. So the answer is yes. I've done that as a CEO, and I will be doing that again when I become mayor of this great city.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Ms. Tyler, we'll begin with you on question 7. What experience and skills do you bring to the mayoral job that will make you the best candidate as mayor of the city of Shreveport?
Thank you. I can tell you that as a CEO of a large organization, I've been able to lead the effort in uniting people again from all walks of life and unite them around a common vision to make things happen. I've managed and led an organization with more than 6,500 employees. I've managed a budget of over $425 million a year. Grew reserves, came into a situation that were in financial crisis almost. Grew the reserves from less than $4 million in 4 years up to $36 million. I did that without any tax increase. And I want to make sure I set the record straight on that one from the last mayoral forum. We did not have an increase in taxes. We also worked with and ensured with a great team of people that capital projects were completed timely and efficiently. And we were able to do that with the current resources. We were able to go outside and bring in resources. We worked with local, state, and national resources and finances, and we were a good steward of the taxpayers' money. We were able to have a vision. We were able to involve people in that vision and inspire people and be inspired by people to be able to deliver on the outcomes and had positive, significant gains every year. I want to transfer those skills to the city of Shreveport and be able to move us to the next level. I believe that we can do that. We've done it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tyler. Mr. Williams.
As a state representative, I proved the budget that Ms. Coller's talking about as her executive. It's not about being executive. It's about leadership, period. Leadership. I've served as state representative, Cattle Parish Commissioner. I have a degree in architecture. I have an MBA. I'm finishing a PhD in applied management and decision science. It's about being able to work with people, period. And I have proven it. I have a proven record of that. It's not about just knowing something, but it's about a relationship. You can get introduced by anybody, but it's about being able to get past that gatekeeper. I'm able to do that. It's already proven. I can call the Senate President. I can call the Speaker of the House. I can call the Chairman of Appropriations. I serve as Vice Chair now of Ways and Means. All of those things I've done. I'm the best candidate to be the next mayor of Shreveport. There's a saying said by Barry Goldwater. In your heart, you know I'm right. Thank you.
Ms. Williams, question number 8 will begin with you. How do you propose to safeguard Shreveport's access to continued quality health care in regards to LSU Health Sciences Center, University Health, considering the allegations and tensions between Biomedical Research Foundation, the state, and the faculty and healthcare providers at the facility?
Again, that's why I'm the best candidate for this job. You know what? I'm already doing that. I've been a part of this. As you know, LSU Medical Center Shreveport was the model for these universities. It was a model. It's the tragedy that that was disturbed. But we are where we are here. Biomed has committed to making sure that this hospital and the education system thrive, because it's not only just a quality of life issue, it's an economic issue. That's an economic driver for this area. And it's imperative that we make sure that that works. It's gonna. I've already had an update on that just recently about the talks on those things. I can go in and communicate with those. I don't have to build those relationships, people. It's already there. Willis-Knighton is a big part of this. We are a healthcare hub in this area. It's too important for Willis-Knighton to put that hospital there. And so they've already agreed to do whatever it takes to make sure that LSU is viable. It's not an option. And as the next mayor of Shreveport, I'm going to use those relationships that I already have to make sure that LSU is serving the people that deserve that health care. Thank you very much.
Ms. Dodd?
Thank you so much. I know that we know that this is a priority for our city and for our region. And I too have already built relationships with both of these institutions, and we are the hub for quality health care in this region. We have people traveling from across the nation to come in and access quality health care from our city. Those conversations are already taking place. I've already gotten an update on those. And we hope that a solution is coming. However, if a solution has not been made by the time I become mayor of this dear city, we plan to lead the effort to help bring about that resolution. If we need to look for resources from outside of our city to help resolve some of those issues, we can do that. My experience as a chief executive officer has been along those lines. But I will say again, we need to unite as a city and speak with one voice. We need to bring people together as one voice when we go to get resources, when we bring in those kinds of experts that will help us be able to push this city forward. But this is very significant, and it is going to be a priority when I become mayor of the city. Thank you.
Question number 9, Ms. Tyler, we'll start with you. If you're elected mayor and have the power to make a great change, but can only change one thing in your term, tell us what that one thing would be.
Well, if I had to change one thing, and I hope I can change a lot more than one thing, but if I have to change one thing, I think self-image of who we are as Shreveporters and being able to create a financial stability. I bring to the table the experience to be able to do that. And once we're able to create financial stability in our city, then we'll be able to grow economically. We'll be able to unify efforts and grow small businesses, enhance large businesses, and attract new businesses to our area. But the one thing I would do is to work on our self-image and also create financial stability. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williams.
If I had a magic wand, I'd be like Oprah. You get a business, you get a business, you get a business. But that's not the case. The one thing is the main thing, the finances. What I'm going to do, look to see how we can cut our taxes, streamline government, and work to get our educational system the best that it can be. Those things hinge on the growth of Shreveport. Again, we're in a place that it doesn't make sense that we're dying standing still. With the natural resources that we have, it doesn't make sense. And it's not just about vision. You have to have that. However, you have to have the leadership and the will to make those things happen. That's what leaders do. They lead. You manage things. You lead people. Thank you.
Our final question for the day, Mr. Williams, we'll begin with you. From your perspective, what is the most pressing issue for the city of Shreveport?
The most pressing issue is that our migration, white flight, whatever you want to call it. Because with that goes our tax dollars. You know what that causes? You to pay more. You to pay more. Cause you to pay more. But you know what doesn't happen? The length of the streets that need pavement, that doesn't change. The sewer that you need replacing, that doesn't change. The garbage, you need that picked up, that doesn't change. But the tax base does. And again, we can't tax our way out of this. We have to grow our way. And it's about the perception that we have here in Shreveport. There's blight all over the place. I love what Shreveport is doing about the cleanup of this corridor. We have to clean it up first. We have to clean our house first before we can get those other businesses to come in. I mean, it's a great place to live and raise a family, but we have to take charge of this. Again, it's about leadership, doing those things. This corridor alone, I mean, this was one of the first industrialized communities in the city. We need to revitalize that. And as your next mayor, this will be a priority for me. Put green spaces in. Have the perception that this is a good place to live. Right now, we're not getting those things. And we have to acknowledge those. I have. The question is, have you?
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Ms. Tyler.
Thank you so much. To answer the question, what's the most pressing issue for the city of Shreveport? I truly believe it is the financial status. Once we're able to create financial stability, we'll be able to get all these other things done. Excuse me. And I will go into the office as your new mayor and create that financial stability. We'll be able to move ahead once we've been able to do that. Without stability in your finances, you're not going to be able to do anything else. There is a lot of need that we have. And a great leader, the difference between a good leader and a great leader is one that knows how to get the job done, one that has the experience of doing it, one who has a proven record, one who can manage well. Without the management piece, you don't get things done. But the most pressing issue, to answer the question, and I'm accustomed to answering the question, is creating financial stability for the city of Shreveport. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tyler. And this concludes our forum for today, so we want to say thank you to our participating candidates, Ms. Ollie Tyler, Mr. Patrick Williams. Thank you so very much for participating today. Thank you, that was not in my notes. You can sit or stand. Hold on, Ms. Williams, hold on. You all actually have 2 more minutes apiece to have closing remarks. I apologize that I missed that opportunity. So feel free. Ms. Ollie, we'll start with you.
Thank you so much. In closing, I would like to ask the citizens of Shreveport to go to the polls on November 4th and vote for someone who is a proven leader, someone who has been a public servant, someone who has a proven track record of being able to not only lead but to manage a large organization. As you know, the mayor of the city is the CEO of the city. And in that role, she must be able to lead and manage a large organization. I've done that with 6,500 employees. The mayor of the city must be able to ensure that the vision is taken from vision to action. I've done that. The CEO of the city must be able to ensure, with a good team, that she is able to manage millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money and do that as a good steward. I've been able to do that as a CEO in a public capacity. The mayor of the city must be able to have the engagement of the entire community and be able to work across all lines of division to unite them in one voice to get things done. I've done that as a CEO. The CEO of the city must be able to ensure that capital projects are done so the infrastructure is addressed in our city. I've done that as a CEO. So when you go to the polls on November 4th, vote for proven leadership, a record of performance, one that has demonstrated that she can get the job done. Vote for number 99 on November 4th, Ollie Tyler for mayor. Thank you.
I love the city. I don't want to appeal to your, I want to appeal to your heart. I love the people of the city. Shreveport, it just cannot afford another failed administration. It just can't. It needs someone that can unify the city. Let's just get straight. I'm the only one that will be prepared to take this job on day one. I've had experience in working with appropriations, Vice Chair Ways and Means. It's going to take a lot of energy and vigor. Listen to me. You got to get up early. You got to stay late. It's about working 13-hour days. It's going to take a lot. That's what I've proven that I can do. It's not totally about management. It's about leadership. You have to put those people in place to manage. The leader has to be out there to lead the city, bring in those economic development. You don't have to go back and micromanage anyone. That's not what leadership is about. It's about getting the best people in place to do those things. Listen, City of Shreveport is in a critical position. If you don't acknowledge it, I'm asking you to look at where we are. Look at where the city is. I'm ready to take the reins and move this city forward. I've already started economic development. I can bring jobs to this. If you want your daughters and sons to come back to Shreveport, vote for me. If you want anything else, vote for any other candidate that's on this register. I ask for your vote on November 4th. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, candidates, again. We appreciate your time to be with us today. We appreciate your support of the Business Association. And this concludes our forum. Ms. Martin, thank you very much.
I ask if the candidates are willing to stay a few moments in case anyone from the audience would like to ask them a question. And they are. They will.